Feels like there's so much on the line here. What's at stake for Manchester City, but also for the Premier League as well?
Well, if we start with Manchester City, I think everything is on the line because it is undeniable that under Pep Guardiola, they have become one of the most incredible teams and clubs world football has ever seen. But always there have been those people who have been saying, OK, yes, what they're doing on the pitch is incredible, but what have they been doing off the pitch? Have they been breaking the financial rules? Have they been spending more money than they should have been spending? And I think if they're found guilty of these charges, then of course people are going to look back at their successes and say, OK, they won all these titles, but you need to put a little asterisk next to them. And also what's at stake is, you know, the punishment that they could get is unlimited. This commission can punish them in whatever way they see fit. So, for instance, I don't want to scare people, but they could be relegated, they could be expelled from the Premier League, or they may be fined. But of course, they may be cleared as well. The three-person commission may decide that, none of these charges, allegations are proven and clear them.
Welcome back. We've got some breaking news reaching us. Manchester City and the Premier League have settled a dispute relating to the league's associated party transaction rules. So I've got Chief Correspondent Kaveh Solokol to join me on set to explain this. Kaveh, what has happened?
I mean, this is one of the most complicated stories I think we've covered here on Sky Sports News.
That's why we've got you on.
But basically, what has happened this afternoon is that at the same time, the Premier League and Manchester City have both announced that they have agreed a settlement over the Premier League's associated party transaction rules. Now, under the settlement, Manchester City accept that the current associated party transaction rules are valid and binding. Of course, this is a really complicated story. I don't know how much time you've got, but it all started around the time of Newcastle United's takeover by the Saudi Arabian Sovereign Wealth Fund. What happened is around that time, the other Premier League clubs were concerned that these new investors in Newcastle United were going to do lots of associated party transaction deals. That means doing deals with companies that are linked to your owners. So these APT rules were tightened up. And then Manchester City tried to do some new commercial deals with, I think, Etihad Airways and also a bank in Abu Dhabi. Now, these deals were blocked by the Premier League under their APT rules. Now, Manchester City didn't take no for an answer. They challenged those rules and they won some very significant legal victories because I remember last year one tribunal found, for instance, that aspects of the rules were unlawful. And Manchester City at the time saw this as a big legal victory. And then what the Premier League did is they went away and they amended their rules. They changed them in the way that the tribunal has suggested the rules were unlawful. But still Manchester City didn't take that, didn't accept that. They challenged that as well and said